Good morning. Thank you for being with us on THV 11 streaming on THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm Hayden Balgavy. I was able to stand up, which is nice after felt like a catcher back in my high school days. Tracy Bean is here and Ashley King is joining us at 6 o'clock. But listen, I would get down and if I got to catch a 9-inning ball game or if I get to pet a dog,
Yes.
I'll happily squat right there.
Yeah,
Valentino
just needed us to get down
Very
and not be
cute.
quite so intimidating. He just needs a little extra patience and kindness, and hey, he'll build his confidence before we know it.
That's an Ashley King dog right there.
Yes, love the Shepherds.
Yeah,
Sweet
that's
dog.
the first thing I asked is, Ashley seen this dog?
And they're open today.
I saw her post about Valentino online yesterday on Facebook, and I was already anticipating it.
Yeah. Oh, well, we always love that part of the day. And today, if you are going to be out and about, it's going to be another hot day across Arkansas. Hopefully, Ashley, Fridays are usually light with traffic, right? Maybe they'll be able to stay home because it's going to be hot on the roadways today for sure. We're already at 80 degrees in central Arkansas, and we're seeing a few storms off to the north and northeast there. Now, the heaviest is right around Paragould, moving through Walnut Ridge area. And not anything severe, but again, probably a little loud in that area as you're kicking off the morning. But Ashley, sorry about that. I'm moving along. I forgot to switch it back to the actual camera. We're going to move on here to our heat advisory. That is my fault. We are looking again at the heat index across the state, anywhere from 105 to 110, and those rain chances will begin to pick up as we're heading into Sunday. Now, not looking for a ton of rain, but that could impact again any outdoor plans. So overall, things aren't going to be terrible as far as the rain goes in central Arkansas today, but we will be dealing with a lot of heat.
Just messing up her pretty shot she had pulled up. I was looking for this. This is Interstate 630 at the Baptist Health exit, and we have very light traffic right now on 630 and all around central Arkansas. As you can see with our live traffic map, we don't have any slowdowns and there are no accidents. And as Tracy mentioned a few minutes ago, it's a Friday, so hopefully we won't see a lot of traffic today, which has been pretty typical throughout the summer. So this is what's happening right now. We'll check it again though, make sure everything is looking smooth for your drive in just a few minutes.
Ashley, thank you. New this morning, growing concerns that the U.S. conflict with Iran could escalate even further. Iran fired missiles at U.S. targets in the Gulf after American forces launched 2 rounds of strikes on Iranian sites. The latest exchange follows Iran's attack on ships in the Strait of Hormuz earlier this week. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill brings us up to speed.
Major escalations between the U.S. and Iran this week, but an American official says the Trump administration is committed to finding a resolution. The Pentagon says it hit about 170 targets after 2 rounds of strikes. President Trump describing this as retribution for Iran's attacks on 3 commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz this week.
When they hit, we hit back much harder.
U.S. Central Command says the strikes were meant to degrade Iran's ability to threaten the critical waterway. Iran has claimed control. Traffic now slowed significantly. Iran has labeled the U.S. strikes a grave war crime, and its forces have launched missiles and drones at U.S. targets in neighboring Arab countries.
This is not anywhere near an end of the war. This is just entering kind of a new phase.
This all comes as crowds in Iran buried the nation's former supreme leader Thursday, months after he was killed in the war. Some carried a banner reading, "Trump, we will kill you."
I'm #1 on their list.
The conflict has sparked extra security for President Trump. He unexpectedly switched planes for Air Force One during his trip from the NATO summit in Turkey this week, arriving in the new luxury jet gifted from Qatar, but leaving Turkey in an older plane that's equipped with better military defenses and secure communication systems.
This is an aircraft that was spec'd out and prioritized for luxury, not safety.
Sources tell CBS News the Secret Service recommended the change. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Gas prices are climbing again across the country as tensions between the U.S. and Iran continue to grow. Now that the ceasefire is over, traffic through the Strait of Hormuz has slowed. Gas prices are now ticking up. The national average climbed 5 cents Thursday to nearly $3.85 a gallon. Here in Arkansas, drivers are paying around $3.47.
New details are emerging this morning in the case against the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk. Prosecutors played a never-before-seen video of a key witness who they say had a conversation with Tyler Robinson after the shooting. Robinson's former roommate and romantic partner, Lance Twiggs, told investigators Robinson left him a note under his keyboard after the attack. Prosecutors say the note included a statement about taking an opportunity to kill Kirk. In court, investigators also read text messages between the two men after the shooting. Today, a judge will decide whether there is enough evidence to send Robinson's case to trial. The murder of Charlie Kirk sparking a national debate over free speech, and now that conversation playing out here in Arkansas.
A Russellville teacher fired over a post about Charlie Kirk's death is suing the school district, claiming his First Amendment rights were violated. The district declined to comment as the case moves to federal court.
Carter Thweet looks at the legal arguments on both sides and what this could mean for public employees and free speech.
September's murder of conservative speaker and activist Charlie Kirk sparked strong opinions.
A lot of commentary that expressed at least some degree of satisfaction and happiness over his killing.
Among those, a post from Russellville High School biology teacher Chance Duncan, who posted a quote about reading some obituaries with pleasure, adding that the quote felt fitting that day. Conservatives online called for Duncan to be fired, and after hours of debate, the school board voted to do just that.
He was fired for that post in retaliation of his First Amendment rights.
Attorney Shelby Schroff and the ACLU of Arkansas are now suing the Russellville School District on Duncan's behalf. The lawsuit argues that commenting on a matter of public concern as a private citizen online protects Duncan's speech.
The Constitution limits what the government can do, and that includes government employers, including public school districts. And they cannot retaliate against their employees for speech that's protected by the First Amendment.
The Russellville School District declined to comment Thursday, citing ongoing litigation. The case now heads to federal court. Bowen School of Law professor Joshua Silverstein says similar cases have often ended in a win for the fired employee.
The basic argument the school will make is that this Facebook post was disruptive. It interfered with the operation of the school. The standard of disruption that the university has to show, or the public school has to show, is quite high. And so I think there's a really good chance the teacher's going to win.
For THV 11 News, I'm Carter Thweet.
ACLU attorneys say Duncan is simply suing for his job back. Now, in the lawsuit, he also requests attorney fees and any other relief to which he may be entitled.
Now to another legal battle. Former U.S. Olympic canoeist David Hearn has pleaded not guilty to charges of damaging the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool in D.C. The 67-year-old was indicted July 2nd on one felony count of destruction of property causing more than $1,000 in damage for allegedly ripping out a piece of sealant at the bottom of the reflection pool last month. Hearn maintains his innocence and says he only reached into the pool to touch a detached piece to see how it felt. Prosecutors say there is a host of evidence against Hearn, and if convicted, he faces up to 10 years in prison. Now let's head back to meteorologist Tracy Bean and the forecast as you go about your Friday.
Well, good news. Yeah, it's Friday. It's going to be another hot one, though. Today, we're going to see those highs in those mid to upper 90s. Heat index could be right around 105 degrees. Now, plenty of sunshine. We will see some storms as we are seeing right now off to the northeast, and could see a few of those into the afternoon, but I'm not anticipating a ton here in central Arkansas. Now, tomorrow, we are still going to see those mid to upper 90s, still seeing those triple-digit heat index values, but we will start to see some changes headed our way, especially as we're heading into Sunday. Certainly going to see temperatures going down a little bit, but the heat's going to be back before we know it. So again, we've already had a death yesterday in the car, so make sure you take that second look, and don't forget about the animals that cats especially, may jump in the car maybe when you're not looking. A little second look never hurts.